Okay, so I had to hop on the trend where you pick your makeup type. I feel like when most people search what their makeup type is, more than likely they're going to get Toasty makeup. And that's what I got too, so why not try it? I went ahead and put some pictures together and made my own face chart to follow. All right, so the first step, I'm going to be moisturizing my face, and I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Holy Hydration Daily Moisturizer. I love this product. I mean, I love e.l.f. in general. I feel like it just gets the job done. Just rubbing that into the skin. After that, I'm going to go in with e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. Everyone is literally raving about this. And at this point, there's a lot left, like don't play. I'm so weak. I must say it really does live up to the hype. I do want to try the newest one that they have, however. Next thing on the chart is to go ahead and do the eyebrows. Going in with like a e.l.f. precision brush. All of my makeup brushes are from e.l.f. Oh, that's not the right one. This one. Gotta make sure it has a spoolie on the end, love that. And I'm gonna be using the Maybelline New York Long Lasting Drama. It's a gel liner, and my eyebrows are naturally thin, so honestly, I actually like to shave like half of my eyebrows off at the end, just to make the shape of eyebrows when I'm doing my makeup much easier. And then we're gonna do the other side. It's a little thick at the top up there, but it's all right. We'll fix it with concealer. I'm gonna go ahead and conceal the brows to make sure they're even. Gonna be using Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the color 50 Cafe. What I like to do is go with a color that matches my skin tone perfectly at the top of my eyebrow, and then I go for a slightly lighter tone under it. This is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer, and this is in the color Tan Neutral. Then I'm gonna take my favorite and most used brush in the world. Literally, this little e.l.f. paintbrush is my holy grail. I'm gonna blend the top first, then we're gonna blend under and just carve it out. Okay, that's cute. I like that. And oh my goodness, hold on. Do you see these eyebrows? They look good. What I'm gonna do is take the rest of the concealer and like blend it down to my eyelids. I'm gonna work on this part eyeshadow wise. And then we're gonna take our beauty blender and blend. Also, I'm using a damp beauty blender if that matters. All right, let's move on to the next step, which is gonna be foundation. I'm gonna be using the Maybelline Fit Me foundation in the color Classic Tan, the number 335. And I'm gonna take the same paintbrush, and then we're just gonna apply foundation to our whole face. I usually don't do foundation first, not gonna lie. I usually conceal first, and I feel like I'm putting too much. I don't need all that. Okay, let me slow it down. Then I'm gonna take a foundation brush and I'm gonna dab it in like this. Me personally, I just think it helps with the application process. It just makes it much smoother. Okay, and then on the forehead. Then after that, I'm gonna take the beauty blender and just dab it in so that it's nice and smooth and blended out. Right, so the next step is gonna be concealer. I'm gonna take the lightest concealer and put it under the eye. Wait, the color for that one, what was the color for that one? That was medium beige. All right, then I'm gonna go in with the original concealer that I used earlier and just put it here. All right, so I'm gonna use the e.l.f. sculpting brush. I'm gonna blend the darker part first. Not gonna lie, for my specific face shape, I need a little right here. Blend it. Okay, and then the top. This is the part that I gotta be careful about. So I'm definitely going to stay in one concentrated area with this. I'm gonna bring the product out to the sides of my nose, and I'm trying to like avoid putting too much directly under. See how like I leave this little gap right here? I'm just doing that to help with creasing. And then just do the other side. And always remember to go back in with your beauty blender. Give it a good buff out. Just want to blend it out so that it flows more smoothly and like gradient. I think before we move forward, just a tiny bit on the nose and take beauty blender and just pat it in right here, just in the middle. Okay, so next, our favorite part is going to be the bronzer. Of course, we're going to be using the absolute best, what everyone's been raving about this year, the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. I'm just going to go around the nose and make sure you drag this up until the eyebrow. Then we're going to go around here. We're going to go here and make a V. I'm going to do a little smile underneath my chin. All right, and this is more of a fun part. We're gonna take the sculpting brush again. We're gonna go ahead and bronze it up. I love using sculpting brushes or just brushes in general, just for that precision effect, you know? This is the more so fun part, if anything, because this is where I feel like things start to come together. With the nose, not gonna lie, I don't care that much because, I don't know, I just feel like when I bake it, it finishes all this up and makes it all work together and be better. Because this is looking crazy right now. And go in with the beauty blender and blend all of this out. With the nose, not gonna lie, just take the flat side and go like this and just buff it the whole thing in, all along the side, and then smack dab in the middle. Forehead, I almost forgot about that part. Okay, so I feel like after this is when you should start seeing the Toasty vibe. After that, definitely gonna use the e.l.f. Camo Liquid Blush, and I just bought this recently. I really like it. In the color Pinky Promise. It has the blush placements on the apples of the cheeks. We're not gonna put that there. telling you that right now. We're gonna go here with it. 3 dots. Going back in with the sculpting brush and just dab this. And I'm just gonna kind of try to hold it in the same place that it's already at. And do the same thing on the other side. And if you're wondering, is she gonna like bring the beauty blender out again? Yes, I am. You already know. Start blending that out. Now the baking part. To bake, I'm gonna use a medium deep loose finishing powder by Maybelline. Fit Me, of course. The number for this one is 30. And I'm going to use like one of those buffer pads. I'm gonna do a sharp line along the nose. Bring all of that out here and just lightly pat it outwards. Of course, a little bit on the forehead. Then we're gonna put a little bit along the tip of the nose, like just a line right there where I added the concealer. I wanna be careful not to like try to avoid that smile line that we put, but still bake around the mouth. Go along the sides. I'm just gonna do a little cut, kind of like in a reverse contour style. Little cut, and then pat that in right there. While all of that is baking, I'm going to go back in to the under eyes with a small, this little tiny under eye pad. And I'm just going to tap into the under eye. I guess I'm gonna take my brush and just sort of start blending this out. Okay, how do we fix this? Because it's not looking the most cohesive that I can look, but I'm still gonna trust the process. I'm debating on whether I should set the rest of this with a translucent powder, like the e.l.f. HD powder, but that's the thing. I just feel like it's really, really white. I'm just gonna take a little for good measure. Just a little. Dot, 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 dot. Next after that is powder contour. I just purchased the Juvia's Place Coffee Shop palette. There's so many colors in here. Do you see that? You see how deep that is? Juvia's Place is gonna get you right. Now I'm bronzing my baby hairs. God. Ooh, look at that. Baby, I'm really liking that. Nose contour, because I want to put some on the nose too. I'm gonna take one of my e.l.f. eyeshadow brushes and I'm gonna just paint it around my nose, around where we originally had it. After that we have powder blush this time. Okay, we're going to be using the Blame It on the Blush book. You need a blush book. Who doesn't have a blush book? If you don't have one, invest in one today. Right, and I'm just gonna use the powder brush. I'm gonna go with Think Pink and just tap it on the top of where we put our cream blush. It's like the cream blush played as a base for our powder blush. As I'm looking at this more, I'm starting to see the sun-kissed or like the tan vibe. Also, I'm gonna take some e.l.f. contour, just put a little in the shadow underneath, just to counteract the baking that we did right here. So eyeshadow, Juvia's Place it is again. Blend it down to a wing, little under the eye. Okay, and just in the middle of the lid. There we go, that works. Smoke it out. Do we wanna add lashes or what? Next step is setting spray. Going in with the L'Oreal Paris 3-second setting mist. After that's set, it just says lip combo. So I just got like all these to like choose from and I don't know which one. Y'all gotta help me, I don't know. Bro, what color do you use? So it looks like really, really light pink. But I'm not a matte girly, I'm a gloss girly. So I'm gonna put gloss on it. That's so pretty. You wanna know my favorite thing about this makeup? Favorite thing about this makeup is that there is zero highlighter. You don't need highlighter for this look. That's really it. Period. Let me know, what do you think and what makeup look should I try next?